home, Inquisitor.
Who told you I was a detective, madame?
I am a seer. I simply see things others do not.
A clairvoyant? Really? What luck. So am I.
I can feel the suffering radiating from you.
Have you been the victim of visions, madam? Rather like me? Visions of murder? The White's murder.
Young man, your instinct spoke to you. You are an artist, are you not?
I'm also an artist. Perhaps you'd like to buy one of my paintings.
Take this. They say Napoleon brought it back from his Egyptian campaign. It represents thought, the Egyptian god of arcane knowledge, the ibis of the Nile. It will help you on your quest. I shall be there to help you find the right path.
I will remember what you said. Who knows? One day I may even need your clairvoyance.
Should you have need of guidance, do not hesitate. Come back and see me. You are the detective, are you not?
Did you come into contact with the Whites? While they were alive, of course. If you saw them after that, it's your business.
I was only their next-door neighbor.
Despite the fact you have a reputation of being rather eccentric, did you still get on well with the Whites?
I have never had any ties whatsoever with the Whites, young man. They were appalling people. And what is more, they were cursed by evil.
This evil, could you describe it, or is it too abstract to be nailed down?
Ancient, dark, hypnotic eyes, authoritarian. I can see a color, like a ruby, like blood.
And this force of evil is what caused their death.
Your eyes have met his. He knows you exist. His anger has not been lessened by the White's death.
Please, be more specific in your ramblings. Describe this evil to me. Tell me what it is like.
Be on your guard. Evil is temptation. It is man's primal sin.
Mrs. Loiseau, I cannot arrest a culprit based on your ravings about evil. Please be more specific.
My words cannot be understood, Mr. McPherson. They can only be felt. Come back later. I need to rest. Come back later. I need to rest.
Of course the door is locked. In the front desk clerk is hardly likely to open it for me. I must find a way to get in.
Come back later. I need to rest.
That's not the room I'm interested in. Anyway, the door is locked.
Ah, it is you again.
Thanks to you, I've been able to draw up a portrait of a potential suspect. It's not perfect, but I think that with this, we are onto something. Now all we have to do is show it to the police.
That crafty devil with the mustache. Then he is the culprit.
Just 1 minute, Mr. Petit. I never said this man was guilty. I don't even know his name.
With those killer's eyes, there can be no mistake.
How is Mrs. Loiseau involved in this case? I really don't understand. Is she a witness? Is she a suspect? Can she be trusted?
Madame Loiseau may be a little eccentric, but she is our best client. She has been living in the Hotel Orphée for many years now.
Mrs. Loiseau would not be a bit, how shall I put it, nutty? Not many people would dare claim that they can sense evil. In any case, I certainly would not.
Nonsense and superstition. Any evil presence here is definitely human. People can be gruesome. Good. Well, if it's all right with you, I have a lot of work to do. Goodbye, sir. You again. Sir, I have nothing more to say to you.
Sir?
Do you recognize this man?
No, it's definitely not him. Looks nothing like him.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Sir, aren't you on a case? Sir, aren't you on a case?
You again! Sir, I have nothing more to say to you. You again! Sir, I have nothing more to say to you.
Great. A secret agent reappears. Strange lot, you Americans, I swear.
Goodbye.
Yeah, right. Goodbye. Not so fast, buddy. If you're after the inspector, you have to see me first.
Here, the Yank is back.
I have something to show you. Do you recognize this man?
Nah. Here, the Yank is back.
I have something to show you. Do you recognize this man?
Nah. Here, the Yank is back.
I have something to show you. Do you recognize this man? That's all very well. But how am I going to find that man now? He'll never come back to the Alembic.
I knew the Yanks were strange, but to talk to yourself out loud, and in French to boot?
Some are stranger than others.
See you soon.
You again! Sir, I have nothing more to say to you.
Sir, aren't you on a case?
MacPherson, here again? You've got back your taste for life.
Look, I have a small problem. There's this lock I've mislaid the key to. Would you know of a way I could open it without damaging anything?
That and a few sticks of dynamite should set you up for that bank job, right? Seriously, Mac, why would I be carrying all that stuff? Do I look like a hardware store?
Oh, you know, there's no mischief involved. It's just for a friend who needs a helping hand.
Illegal or not, I am not the one doing it, so... Okay, Mac, I will help you. But in exchange, I want you to do me a small favor. A little job. Do not worry, it is nothing risky. I know you are good at this kind of thing. This painting is a reproduction, and here is the real thing. Do you notice any differences?
This time, Hulot, I think Mallet really has done something shady. Has he been back since that night?
MacPherson, you are wasting your time with Mallet. He has not been in the Alembic since... Anyway, I already told you he's a stand-up kind of guy. He paid me what he owed, and that is all I care about.
Hulot, you remember the guy who ran off the other night when I wanted to talk to him? Had you ever seen him in the Alembic before? That man is dangerous, Hulot. He's the prime suspect in this nasty murder business.
Should I know him? No, I do not know who it is. But he did not seem too keen on meeting you.
Unless I'm very much mistaken, Hulot, you were the last person to see Mallet before he disappeared the other night. You don't just run off like that for no reason. Believe me, Mallet has got something serious on his conscience. Maybe he's mixed up in this murder.
I will not say another word about Mallet, but I am sure of one thing. He is not a killer.
I don't mean to go on, but it was very strange of Mallet to run off like that. It really sets you thinking. In fact, I'm thinking about talking to the police about him. Him and his circle of friends.
The guy who ran off seemed much more guilty. Maybe it has something to do with politics. He had a foreign look about him, this chap with his mustache. Try finding him.
But that doesn't explain why Mallet ran off. There must be some reason. It can't be me, or he'd have run away as soon as I arrived.
Macpherson, leave Mallet alone. I saw his face when he ran out the back door. It was not guilt that made him run away. It was fear.
What do you know about my investigation, Albert?
Strangely, no one has said a word. Nobody cares, except your client, I imagine. The press has hardly mentioned it. Even the police have not really investigated with much conviction.
This murder has not hit the headlines. But you must know a bit more about it than you're letting on, Hulot. American tourists killed in their hotel room without so much as a clue? No papers, nothing? Have you got any leads?
All that I know comes from the papers, and that's all I want to know. As far as I am concerned, the matter is closed. Basta così.
I won't bother you any longer, Hulot. But make sure I can still reach you. I may need you sometime soon.
Goodbye, Macpherson. Be careful.
Come in. I am very busy, sir. You should speak to Inspector Lebrun for more detailed information. Great. A secret agent reappears. Strange lot, you Americans, I swear.
I have some fabulous new information on the Orphée case. A portrait of the killer. Here, look.
My God, I do not believe it. Let me warn Inspector Lebrun immediately.
Do you recognize him? Wait, do you know who he is? You.
Eloin? Jacques Eloin? It's impossible.
Eloin. The name rings a bell. If only I could see that vision again. Control that vision. If only...
The inspector would like to see you immediately.
Come in, dear sir, come in. Special Agent McPherson, American Secret Service. What do you want from us?
I don't have time to waste either, Inspector. I've got some news on the White case.
I'm listening, McPherson. Go on, fire away.
I have a portrait of a suspect who may very well be the guilty party.
Where is this portrait from, McPherson?
In fact, it is your mysterious visitor. He was seen by witnesses. I drew this portrait from their descriptions.
And where did you find the witnesses, McPherson?
taking statements is part of my work as a detective. Loosening tongues, looking in the right places, talking to the right people.
Interesting. Our work is very similar. There is just one problem, huh? You are interfering with our investigation, McPherson.
I am trying to help you, Inspector.
Okay, let's say I agree to work with you. What do you want to know?
The portrait. You say you know who it looks like. That means he's a known criminal. He has a record. Who is it?
Jacques Elouin. He is a private eye, an ex-cop. He lives in the 11th district, and he is in big trouble.
The White case. Why don't you give me more information? The public could help you, and you could use this portrait to officially issue a description of a wanted person.
You are very naive, Mr. McPherson. This man is incredibly dangerous. Our specialist, Dr. Kaufner, has informed us that the ritualistic nature of this murder could provoke severe psychosis in the mind of the public. Like in London at the turn of the century.
He's killed again? Who's dead?
Theo Mallet, the former doorman at the Orphée. Do you know him, Mr. McPherson?
I talked to him last night. It was he, Mallet. Mallet fled as I was showing him the portrait of the suspect.
What you are telling me only serves to prove his guilt. Now you have what you want. Make yourself scarce. I need to think. Goodbye, McPherson. Can't you see I'm busy? Come back later, McPherson.
It would be better if you spoke to Inspector Lebrun directly. I will show you in immediately. I do not want to be mixed up in all this. No thanks, it's not for me. Way too complicated.
obviously. What else did I expect? It looks like there's nobody in there. I need to find a way to take a look around.
Come in. I am very busy, sir. You should speak to Inspector Lebrun for more detailed information.
Can't you see I'm busy? Come back later, McPherson.
Macpherson, here again? You've got back your tit for life.
So there's the job done, quick as you like. Take your paintings back, Hulot. I've finished. Better check in case I've missed out any details. I won't bother you any longer, Hulot. But make sure I can still reach you. I may need you sometime soon.
Goodbye, Macpherson. Be careful.
Locked, obviously. What else did I expect? Looks like there's nobody in there. I need to find a way to take a look around. interested in. Anyway, the door is locked. That's not the room I'm interested in. Anyway, the door is locked.
come back later. I need to rest.
Locked, obviously. What else did I expect? Looks like there's nobody in there. I need to find a way to take a look around. course the door is locked. The front desk clerk is hardly likely to open it for me. I must find a way to get in. My name is McPherson. I expected to find Jacques Elouin here. Do you know where he is?
My son is away. He's not here. Why do you want to see him?
Madame, Elouin is wanted by the police for murder.
Liar! I do not believe you. Jacques is not a criminal. Get out! He's not here! Scram!
Any idea where he may be hiding?
Hiding? I swear he's not here. Why would he hide? I've not seen him for several days. I have no idea where he is.
You're lying, Madame Elouin. Tell me where I can find your son. I mean him no harm. On the contrary, I need to talk to him.
You do not want to harm him. Can I trust you? Please understand, Elouin has not done anything. He's afraid, that's all. He's not hiding, but he needs help. My son is up there. Follow me. He's upstairs. Just go on up.
Double locked. With a safe like this, it's hopeless without a key.
Hello, what number can I dial for you?
I'm sorry to disturb you, miss. Can you connect me to the Elysee, 1528? I want to speak to Sophia Blake.
Right away, sir. There is no answer, sir. Call back later. Hello, what number can I dial for you?
I'm sorry to disturb you, miss. Can you connect me to the post office, please? I'd like to send a telegram.
Right away, sir. Poste telegraph, go ahead, please.
I'd like to send a telegram to New York, please. The addressee is one J. Wells of Pinkerton's National Detective Agency, number 57 Broadway. The message reads, "Need information on woman named Sophia Blake. Stop."
I've made a note of it. It will leave this morning. Done.
Right. Jacques Elouin, I'm arresting you for the murder of Regis and Ruby White.
I'm innocent. I may have led the murderer to the Eatons, but I did not kill him.
The Eatons? What are you talking about?
It's a long story, but this is what happened. It was after a rather tiresome case. The story of adultery that ended badly. The husband had hired me because his wife had supposedly run off with the money. She told quite another story, of course. I will spare you the details. I came home shattered. During my absence, a certain De Alpin had come by about some employees who had swindled him. I knew that De Alpin was a banker and that there would be plenty of money in it, but I was dead on my feet. So I told my mother to call him back and tell him to get lost. That's when she showed me the check. So, off I went again. No answer. No one's going to annoy him with a lock like that on his door. No answer. No one's going to annoy him with a lock like that on his door.
Those dirty kids, they roll around in the mud all day. And who scrubs? Old Muggins here. Who are you? Can't you see I'm not here? If it's for the poor, I gave it the office.
Lovely day, isn't it? Say, can you give me the Eaton's room number?
The Eatons? What do you want from the Eatons? Are you a friend of theirs? You don't look the sort they would associate with.
Paul and I were in the same regiment during the Great War. We bonded and I was in love with his sister Gracie. So when I heard they were coming to Paris, I just had to surprise them.
It is certainly going to be a surprise. Except you're the one who's going to be on the receiving end. As I understand it, you and your sister... That's a laugh. His sister, the tramp. She's not his sister, she's his dame. That Mr. Paul really conned you. In any case, your lovebirds have flown the nest.
You mean Paul and his sister are not, in fact, brother and sister?
I know how to recognize lovebirds, thank you. Yours were more like two vultures about to devour each other, always tearing each other's hair out. And she was the one who ruled the roost. She was hardly ever around. That Paul used to get in a right state when he was hanging out with the Montparnasse lot.
Montparnasse. You mean people who live in the Montparnasse district, the artist quarter. Paul hung out with artists there. Anywhere in particular?
The Alembic gang? That's where all the layabouts met. Birds of a feather stick together, as they say. These bloody rascals really want to drive me up the wall. I have a floor to scrub. So you with the mustache, clear off or I'll chuck you out on your ear. And where do you think you're going, eh? You gonna walk over me to get in here? Some people have work to do. Well, I'll be. Here you are again. Those grubby kids are already driving me crazy. I don't need a mug hanging around watching me work. Clear off. I'll make you eat my sponge as a snack, mark my words. And the time he dressed up as an angel, and he did not have a string on his bow. Berenice.
Oh, sorry. Jacques est loin. Perhaps you could help me.
Why not? Would you like a drink? Come on, don't be silly. I'm a modern girl. Come, have a seat. You've never been here. I would remember your face. I'm curious to know what brings you here.
Today must be my lucky day. In my job, I usually deal with punks, not cute dolls like you. I'm a detective. You happen to know a certain Paul Eaton?
The American? Paul Eaton? Yes, I know him. He's been filling our heads with his stories for the past month. He and the owner are mates.
Interesting story about Eaton. Is he onto something big? Did he give you any details? Mind you, with guys like him, you never know what to believe.
I'm fond of you, Snoop. You know how to go about things. I'm going to help you. Paul Eaton was in Paris for a contract. A scam that would make him rich. His wife was his accomplice. Then he got the jitters.
he's hiding now. Hulot, the owner, definitely knows more. You'll have to see him about that. Only thing is, he's not too fond of private snoops.
Charming. Berenice, I can feel that, like me, you're dying to know where Paul Eaton and his wife are. What was Paul planning to do after his job? Any ideas?
The owner Hulot knows a thing or two. Paul only spoke English and he never mentioned any names. He could not have known much. It's not because you drink like a fish that you know more. It was his other half who pulled the strings.
Berenice, do you believe this bank heist story? Eaton must surely have been planning something. He could not have just given up like a complete idiot. It must be a diversion. It smacks of a wild goose chase.
Charming and smart, that PI. Only he has it wrong. It was not the banker's money the Eatons were after. It was a treasure he had hidden in his place. The woman took care of seducing him. Paul was there to pick the fruit when it was ripe. He was completely manipulated, that poor Paul.
Well, that's a shame. I was really hoping to find him there. To be honest, I went to his place before coming to the Alambic and like magic, they disappeared. So, I thought you might be able to help me.
We do not really know what Eaton is doing in Paris. In the beginning, he said he was with his sister, a student. After a few binges, his sister had become his wife, and they were both onto the scam of the century.
What about Paul? Does he come here often? You know, if he starts bugging you, it would give me more reasons to nail it.
You know, Jacques, that Eaton smells like trouble. One day, he turns up from God knows where with his little British accent. After a few drink sessions with Hulot, the owner, he loses his accent. After that, he shows up here practically every day, more American than ever. Then wham! No more news.
The owner, Hulot, is also your friend. Would you be kind enough to introduce us?
The owner's not here. He's just driven off. Actually, I think he had a rendezvous with Eaton.
Damn it, this is too much. I'm always one step behind. This time, I'll catch them before they slip away again.
It is simple, Jacques. The owner went dashing off. He mentioned a restaurant, getting back late. How would I know?
Ah, restaurant. How fitting. I was planning on inviting you. But a restaurant in Paris is like looking for a needle in a haystack. Any idea which one?
And why would I know? Eaton talked about going out to a chic restaurant with his wife, but he did not even know which one. It was Hulot who scribbled down the address before leaving.
That's all you know, is it? In any case, someone as charming as you is always beyond suspicion.
Ciao, Snoop. Good luck. You again? It seems like you enjoy hanging around here. At your service now that we're acquainted.
Berenice, pretty name. Your knight in shining armor left you alone in such a place? That's hardly wise.
I'm old enough to look after myself, but thanks for the thought.
That's all you know, is it? In any case, someone as charming as you is always beyond suspicion.
Ciao, Snoop. Good luck.
it's not my buddy Eloin. How is business going, Snoop?
So, Mimile, how's it going? Tell me, the police would not have anything on a certain Grégoire de Alpin, would they?
The Alpin is one of the biggest sharks around. A filthy rich banker, an old slightly eccentric Parisian. Have you gotten on his bad side?
Don't you worry. The Alpin's not on my back. He's in my back pocket. Has he reported a theft or anything of the sort in the past few days? Preferably something that seems to be the cause of much frustration?
Heure to Eloin. You are dreaming if you think the Alpin would come to me for a simple burglary case. He is tight with the big boss. If anything ever happened to him, it would stay between him, the chief of police, and the crook, who would probably stand a good chance of ending up in the Seine, keeping the fishies company.
It's almost a privilege to investigate for him. Strange that de Alpin did not make use of his contacts to sort out his little problems.
Eloin, I will keep in touch. We are pals after all. Give my regards to your mother.
Does the name Eatons mean anything to you? A woman and man, brother and sister, Americans?
Eaton. Eaton. Let me think. No, I have nothing under that name. Are they dangerous?
You know the job, Emile. I'm paid to investigate, with the utmost discretion. A theft with no violence. Good thing, because I don't even have a gun. Nothing for you to be concerned about.
A client with plenty of dough. We're working for the rich now, are we? If I hear anything, I will not forget you. We will go 50-50 as usual.
Goodbye, Emile. See you later.
That's right. Let honest folk work. If it's not my buddy Eloin, how is business going, Snoop?
Goodbye, Emile. See you later.
That's right. Let honest folk work.
Well, I'll be. Here you are again. Those grubby kids are already driving me crazy. I don't need a mug hanging around watching me work. Clear off. I'll make you eat my sponge as a snack, mark my